Before anything else, in a moment, I'm going to suggest that you steer your focus to the sound of your breath. I believe that people do things well when their breathing is fully relaxed. And when people do things well, their breathing becomes fully relaxed. Through my first years studying martial arts, as I was kicking the bags and the paddles, I frequently, and there's all this energy going into holding my breath and clamping down on my guts that wasn't giving me speed or fluidity or anything useful. It was just proving to myself internally how much effort I was putting in. And I didn't notice I was doing it, and I wasn't, it was an indication of the use of strength that inhibited uh, the use of those things that really make for power. A similar thing happens to writers. We get caught up in the idea that we are writing, and a self-consciousness takes over, so that we are writing to prove that we're writing, rather than just telling the story that needs to be told. I'd like to suggest now that you steer your focus to the sound of your breath. You may close your eyes if you wish to do so. You are certainly not required to do so, but when you feel comfortable with the idea and your eyelids grow heavy, just let them close if they like. Or if they really don't want to, you may focus on a distant point in the room, the farthest point away from you that you can see. The idea here is to simply trust that you are safe in this moment. As you listen to the sound of your breath, this sound has been with you from the moment of your birth. This sound will be with you until the moment of your death. As long as you can find this sound, everything is pretty much okay. And remember that as you consume oxygen, you illuminate each new moment for yourself, discovering the experience of that new moment or that new thought. And simply ask yourself the question, I wonder what my next thought will be. Not really a question. Tell yourself that you wonder what your next thought will be. As you find thoughts flitting across your mindscape, see if you can find out where they come from before they enter your mindscape. Listen to your breath. And thoughts will come and go. Simply acknowledge them as you focus on the sound of your breath. And as you listen to your breath, simply noodle around in your mind with that part of the brain that holds memories of childhood. Find out where that occurs in the mindscape. And listen to the breath as you move away from that part of the mind to the part that does easy mathematics, basic addition or multiplication tables you learned in childhood. Nothing complex, just the easy math. Where does that take place? Does it change the sound of your breath? Does it change the relaxation in your body? Find that part of the mind that holds your hopes and listen to your breath. And now I just want you to shut down the executive offices, step onto the elevator, and drop down, down, down until the doors open on the vast, bigger on the inside floor of your consciousness, where you hold all of your imaginations, homes, Narnia and Oz and Prydain, if you read those books, and old biblical times are here, and you can move anywhere in this world outside here as you feel your breath, any place you have visited in fiction or in memory or imagined as a future you may travel to in this place. And as you move forward lightly on a path, knowing in which direction you would travel to visit your childhood home and in which direction you would travel to visit Wonderland and Alice. Simply allow yourself to move forward until you see a building that feels familiar up ahead. It is a building you moved through many times years ago. And as you remember that building, put yourself inside it and see what scenes you may have observed there, written or rewritten in your mind. Know that each of those scenes holds in it the potential for literature, an aspect of your experience, observed or participated in, that may be parsed for the essence of the human condition. Open your eyes. I would like you to write the scene in which he reveals that it cannot continue as it has, or the scene in which she realizes it cannot continue as it has. Naturally, if there's something else you would like to write, you can feel free to write that. I don't mean to say you must write to my prompt. Do your thing. Write.